You ever go into a store and you find out that you're the only person there except for an old man? And then you realize that this isn't actually a store, it's you're instead playing an 8-bit video game? Well, that's happened to me, and welcome back to more Let's Play Golden Axe Warrior. This is the Mississippi King. And, in the last episode, we beat the 5th dungeon. So now let's go to the 6th dungeon. This one, admittedly, isn't my favorite. Part of it's due to those annoying crab enemies. But by the way, I don't think we saw them yet, but those crab-like enemies you saw before, those were the ones I was telling you about that rust your armor. If you get hit by them, then your armor will be rusted and you'll flicker. And when that happens, when your armor is flickering, that is, well, you take more damage from enemy attacks. So that's not any good. Just watch out for them. If you're not careful, then you can end up taking a lot of damage, especially due to those things that rust your armor, which aren't as bad as lifelikes, but they're not particularly good either. But, yeah, this is the 6th dungeon, and I believe the item for this dungeon is the ship, if I'm not mistaken. Which, I mean, I have been mistaken, so, I mean, don't take my word as gospel. Okay? The internet has a tendency of doing that. Especially since I am the Mississippi King, after all. But, this dungeon can be a pain in the neck. I don't know if it's not the most complicated dungeon. It's fairly simple, and it's definitely not the 10th dungeon, which is fiendishly complex. I mean, good luck figuring out the 10th dungeon. The 10th dungeon is a pain, and it's pretty maze-like, and you gotta watch out for it. That can be pretty annoying. And this dungeon is also pretty annoying. And as I've said, those armor ruster things, I'll just call them the crabs, since that's easier. They can drive you up the wall. But anyway, what we want to do is go down here and get a key from the bats. And the key is something you will want, of course. Lucky I didn't get hit there. I mean, if I did, then I'd have to use the magic oil. And I am in no mood to use any magic oil for this dungeon. I want to save it for when I really need it. Which, you know, I may end up needing it in this dungeon anyway because I don't know. But anyway, what you want to do for those eyes is attack them diagonally with the axe, like so, and if you attack them like that, then they can't hit you. They won't be able to do anything, and that can come in handy. But this dungeon can be pretty hazardous to your health, so watch out. Case in point, these wall spike thingies. But fortunately I have the plate mail, so they're not too bad. mean, I can tolerate them, but what I cannot tolerate are those crab enemies. And speak of the devil, dang, gotta use a magic one. I was hoping that I would not have to use it, but apparently this game just doesn't like me today. Whatever. I think we're getting near the home stretch of this dungeon. And let's hope I don't get hit again. Because those crab enemies are the pits. Watch out for them. These dungeons can be a pain in the neck because of all of these blocks that you should break in order to find out which ones open up the thing. If you're not careful in these dungeons, you can end up wasting a lot of magic. So watch out for that. Okay? And don't bother with any of these blocks. They don't actually open up the way to anything. They're just there to trick you. They can be annoying. Oh no. Dang it! I got hit again! I mean, these crab enemies, man. They are the pits. I hate them. In case you can't tell. As I've said before, they're more tolerable than life flags. I'm not sure that's saying much, though. It's gonna take real care not to get hit. But you know me, Internet. I'm a master at not getting hit. That didn't happen. Stop fooling yourselves, Internet! That did not happen. Well, okay, in all seriousness, I went back and I bought some magic oil to unrust my armor because this dungeon is going to be a pain in the neck with rusted armor. So it can be pretty annoying. But if I'm not mistaken, we should be getting pretty close to the treasure. I mean, you just gotta take care not to get hit. And it's looking like I need to really start avoiding getting hit. Yeah, that's a brilliant idea. Don't get hit. That's the thing that makes everyone an expert. Don't get hit! That's some good advice right there. Don't get hit. Play good, folks! Don't be bad at a game. And avoid getting hit. It's a bad thing. You want to avoid it. Like what just happened to me right there. Oh man. Space-time warp. Or something. It's not gonna be my catchphrase, Internet. Because I'm not that bad at the game. Okay? Well, I mean, I'm no expert. Yes, I know I'm called the Mississippi King, but names can be deceiving, right? It's hard to tell. I don't blame you. I'm lucky I didn't get hit there. I mean, I think just one more hit would have killed me. I think I'm playing too carelessly. That's the problem. And I got the ice spell. So it turns out I was wrong, it's not the ship. It's the ice spell. The ice spell maybe isn't as good as the ship, but it's pretty awesome in its own right. It can make fronting secrets much easier, though not all the time. And with like a group of rocks you can use it, and then it will show which ones are fake, I mean which ones can be broken and which ones can't with the earth magic. However, it does not work in dungeons, which is a pain in the neck. That sucks. But it's not like we could get much use out of it anyway. I mean, we're pretty close to the boss. I think it's just in this room. Like, the next room, I mean. But this can be a bit tricky, especially if you were playing carelessly like I was. Just try to avoid them, and don't get hit. Like I just didn't. Well, looks like we're doing that again. And I got hit by a crab off screen, so that's not good. But, I don't think I'll need proper armor for the boss. It's not that hard. Actually, most of the bosses are pathetically easy. I mean, especially if you have that thunder magic, it is really good. And it's basically a repeat of the first dungeon boss. Except this time it shoots more fireballs, and it's just as pathetic as before. It goes down like nothing. See? I mean, I didn't even take a hit right there. It's pathetic. Well, I'll see you outside. Bye, y'all. And I'm outside. And what I did was, I bought some magic oil to fix my armor. Because believe me, it helps to have fully functional armor. And this is the ice spell in action. You can use it to find out which secrets can be, which rocks can be broken. And if it's fully, if it's fully frozen, then it can't be broken. If it's not frozen at all, it can be broken even with the weakest earth magic. And if it's only partly frozen, it can't be broken by the weakest earth magic, but it can be broken with the upgraded earth magic. But I already have the upgraded earth magic, so it's not like it really matters. It's gonna come in handy quite a bit. I mean, it does more than just reveal secrets. It can be used for something else later. Now, if you'll recall from the previous part, we ran into an old man who wouldn't let us open the treasure chest until we beat the boss of the previous dungeon, of Dungeon 6, that is. And seeing as we've actually beaten the boss of the 6th dungeon, let's go and see if we can open it. And once we open it, we get the Dragon Shield. This is the best shield in the game. It can block even those fireball things or magic things. I think they're called missiles, strangely enough, that are shot from the red moblins. But anyway, here's another place where the ice spell is used. You can use it to freeze the lava as well. This is the second use that I was telling you about. And it can come in handy. Wow, Princess Tyrus learned the fire magic in seconds? That's pretty impressive. Basically, this place is the town of Aran, and the royal family used to come to this town to learn the fire magic. And Princess Tyrus was the last person to learn the fire magic, but it seems that she's perished. Which is kind of a shame. I was hoping to learn the fire magic myself. That is disappointing. I guess we're gonna have to find someone else who can teach us the fire magic. Whoever it is, I'm sure the person's around here somewhere. Maybe the person's to the south. I mean, somewhere. One thing I forgot to mention about the ice bell is that in those lava parts, it can also kill the fire goblins, the actual fire goblins. And it can also kill any other enemies there. Wait a minute. I think I'm going the wrong way. Oh, how silly of me. I think it's up to the north, actually. Okay, it's actually in this rock right here. Wait, what? Princess Tyrus is alive? Well then let's go look for her. I don't think the princess is too far. Let's look this way. Actually, I think the princess is to the north, actually. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. They sort of trick you into thinking she's dead. But it turns out she's not. So, that's kind of neat. But she should be this way. And I actually knew that she was alive all this time, but of course, what fun would it have been if I just gave it away to you, viewers? Now let's get out of here. Actually, you know what? I think I'll continue this in the next part. See you next time. This is the Mississippi King signing out. And don't forget to subscribe or like or do whatever you feel is necessary.